In a quiet Nigerian town, where the streets hummed with the chatter of traders and the distant laughter of children running home from school, there lived a couple named Joel and Anna. For years they had prayed, hoped, and wept in silence, longing for the cry of a baby in their home. But the silence of childlessness stretched on like a shadow they could not escape. Please subscribe, turn on your notification button, like and comment. Joel was a gentle man, a man of faith, patient in love. Anna often battled loneliness and the whispers of neighbors who mocked her. She would often kneel beside her bed at night, whispering, "Lord, even if it is just one child, please." One misty morning, fate rewrote their story. As Joel and Anna walked home from a night vigil, the faint cry of an infant pierced the silence. Startled, they followed the sound, and there, by the side of a lonely street, lay a tiny baby wrapped in a thin cloth, no more than 3 months old. Beside him was a folded note. Joel bent, picked it up, and read, "Do not report to the police or any authority. I willingly gave up my child. Hardship has crushed me. I can no longer care for him. Please, whoever finds him, show mercy." Anna's hands trembled as tears filled her eyes. She scooped up the baby, pressing him to her chest. "Joel," she whispered, her voice breaking, "God has heard us. Let us keep him. Please don't take him to the police. This is our miracle." Joel hesitated. His conscience warred with his compassion. But as he saw the light in Anna's eyes, a light he had not seen in years, his heart melted. He placed a hand on her shoulder. "All right, my love, we will keep him. But remember, this child is not an accident. He is God's gift to us." And so the boy was named Miracle. To protect their secret, Joel and Anna concealed the child from everyone. For 2 weeks they lived in quiet seclusion, never letting the neighbors know. Then, without notice, they left the neighborhood, settling in another town. For 5 years they lived quietly. Miracle grew, a fragile but handsome boy with eyes that glowed with innocence. He was their hidden joy, the proof of God's mercy. After 5 years, Anna conceived. The joy that filled their home was overwhelming. She gave birth to twins, strong, healthy, adored. The day Anna gave birth to twins, the house was like a festival. Women from the church trooped in with pots of soup. Neighbors carried gifts, and songs filled the air. "God has remembered Sister Anna." They cried, clapping and dancing. Double for her shame, twins for her waiting. Anna smiled so widely her cheeks hurt. She held one twin while another woman carried the other. Joel beamed like a proud king. And in the middle of it all was little Miracle, barely 5 years old. His eyes glowed with excitement. He ran to the basin to fetch water, then to the kitchen to fan the fire, then back again to peep at the babies. Night, while everyone was asleep, he tiptoed to their cot, touched their tiny fingers, and whispered, "I'm your big brother. I'll always protect you." To Miracle, life had never been brighter, but to Anna, something in her heart shifted. At first, it was barely noticeable. When visitors came, she would pull the twins closer and whisper, "Sit down there. Miracle, don't disturb." Miracle didn't mind. He thought it was only because the babies were small. But then, it grew. One hot afternoon, Anna was rocking little Promise, who wouldn't stop crying. Miracle ran in, eager to help. "Mama, let me hold him. Maybe he will stop," he said. Stretching his arms, Anna frowned sharply. "Don't touch him with your rough hands. Do you want to hurt him?" Anna barked. Miracle's arms dropped, his lips trembled. "But I only wanted to help." From that day, Miracle began to notice his place in the family shrinking. One evening, Joel came home to find Miracle outside, sitting alone with an empty plate. "Miracle, didn't you eat?" Joel asked. "I did, Papa," Miracle lied, wiping his face quickly. But Joel noticed the tears. He noticed the thinness in the boy's arms. He wanted to protest. But when he looked at Anna, who was humming happily while nursing the twins, his words stuck in his throat. He feared shattering her fragile joy. So he said nothing, and silence became his sin. The rejection grew more open. When church members came visiting, Anna would parade the twins, smiling proudly. If someone asked, "Where is Miracle?" she would wave a hand dismissively. "He is around." One Sunday after service, a neighbor stopped Anna. "Ah, Sister Anna, your children are so beautiful. Look at Miracle, he has grown tall." Anna's face stiffened. She forced a smile. Yes, he has." Then she quickly changed the topic. Miracle heard it all. He was standing not far off, clutching the Bible Joel had given him. The words cut him deeper than a knife. At night, the wound opened wider. Anna would gather blessing and promise in her arms, singing lullabies. Miracle, lying on a raffia mat in the corner, listened. He remembered when those same songs had once soothed him to sleep. Now the notes were like sharp stones thrown at his heart. Sometimes he tried to join in, humming softly, but Anna would turn and glare. "Keep quiet. You will wake them." So Miracle swallowed his songs and sang only in his heart. Please subscribe, turn on your notification button, like and comment. The cruelty reached its peak one rainy evening. The family gathered for dinner. Steam rose from the pot of jollof rice, the aroma filling the air. Anna served the twins first, piling their plates high with stew and meat. Then she turned to Miracle, scooped 2 spoons of plain rice, and dropped them on his plate without sauce. "Mama, is that all?" Miracle asked, his small voice trembling. Anna's eyes blazed. "Is it not food? Eat it and stop complaining." Joel looked up sharply, but Anna's face was stern. He sighed, his shoulders slumping. Once again, he said nothing. Miracle bent his head and ate, but tears rolled down his cheeks, falling into the rice. Each grain tasted of sorrow. He chewed slowly, trying to hide his pain from his siblings. Yet, in spite of it all, Miracle's love never changed. He treated the twins like an elder brother. The twins adored him. They clung to his legs, called his name in sweet, lisping voices, and always wanted to play with him. To them, he was more than a brother. He was their shield. But Anna did not see it. She had built a wall around her heart, forgetting the night she picked Miracle from the roadside, forgetting the tears of joy when she first called him her Miracle. And so Miracle's childhood became a silent battlefield, torn between love that overflowed from him and rejection that stabbed him daily. The years crept on, and Miracle carried his quiet pain like a cloak. He still loved, still obeyed, still tried to prove himself worthy of Anna's love, but her heart had grown colder. The years rolled by. Miracle grew into a quiet boy, tall for his age, with eyes that seemed to carry stories too heavy for a child. He was obedient, hard-working, and brilliant in school. But behind his gentle smile was a loneliness no one could see. By the time the twins were 5, their resemblance to Anna and Joel was unmistakable. People would stop them on the street and say, "Ah, Sister Anna, these children look exactly like you and Brother Joel. You are blessed indeed." Anna would beam proudly, hugging them close. But then their eyes would fall on Miracle. "And this one?" Someone might ask curiously. "He doesn't look like either of you." The first time it happened, Anna laughed nervously. "Hey, children don't always resemble their parents, my sister. He is ours." But as the whispers grew, her patience shrank. One market day, as she bargained for yams, 2 women nearby began to murmur, "Are you sure that boy is theirs? His skin is darker, and his nose. It doesn't match. I heard something, that he was not born here in this neighborhood, that maybe they brought him from somewhere else." Don't say it loud. Anna will hear." But Anna did hear. Her face hardened. She turned on them, voice sharp as a blade. "Mind your tongues. He is my son. If you have no children, go and pray instead of gossiping." The women scattered, embarrassed. Anna's heart pounded, but inside a seed of bitterness grew. Every question, every curious glance, felt like an attack, a reminder of the secret she had sworn never to reveal. That night, she took her frustration out on Miracle. Please subscribe, turn on your notification button, like and comment. "Why were you dragging behind me in the market?" she snapped. "Always walking like you don't belong. Do you want people to laugh at me? Can't you walk proudly, eh?" Miracle bowed his head, confused. "I'm sorry, Mama." He didn't understand that his very existence had become a mirror Anna could not bear to face. Joel saw it all. He saw Anna's harshness, Miracle's silent tears, the way the boy tried harder and harder to please. He often wanted to gather Miracle in his arms and say, "You are enough. You are loved." But fear choked him. Fear that if the truth came out, their family would crumble. So he kept quiet. His silence, heavy as a stone, crushed Miracle more than Anna's words. The whispers did not stop. At school, children teased. "Why is your skin darker than your brothers and sisters? Your nose looks funny. Are you sure you belong to them?" Miracle forced a smile. "Of course I belong. They are my parents." But in the bathroom, he splashed water on his face and whispered, "Then why do I feel so different?" One evening, the pain burst through. The twins had just received new clothes from their uncle abroad, shiny, colorful outfits. Miracle watched with a smile as they twirled and giggled. Then he looked down at himself. His shirt was faded. "Papa," he asked timidly, "will I get new clothes too?" Joel froze. His lips parted, but before he could answer, Anna cut in. "You should be grateful for what you have. Always asking. Do you think money grows on trees?" Miracle's eyes clouded. He turned quietly and walked out. That night, under the mango tree behind the house, he cried for the first time in years. "God, did you make a mistake with me?" He whispered into the dark. "Why does Mama not love me like before? Why don't I look like them?" He lifted his face to the stars, his tears glistening. Deep inside, he longed for someone to answer, someone to tell him the truth. But silence was all he got. And so the emotional distance widened. The neighbors gossiped. Anna hardened. Joel sank deeper into guilt. And Miracle kept giving love where none was returned, waiting for the day his story would finally be told. One evening, Anna called him into the sitting room, her face stern. Joel sat in silence, his head bowed. "Miracle," Anna began, her voice flat, "you will no longer be going to school." His heart skipped. "Mama, why?" His eyes were wide, pleading. Anna avoided his gaze. "School fees are too much. We cannot continue paying for 3 children." "But I can help," Miracle stammered. "I will read at night. I will study hard. I want to be like the twins." Anna's words cut through his hope. "You are not like them. From now on, you will stay home, do the chores, and help me in the house. That is enough." Joel shifted uneasily, but said nothing. His silence was approval in Miracle's ears. That night, the boy lay awake, listening to the twins laugh as they packed their school bags. Silent tears stained his pillow. All he had ever wanted was to learn, to grow, to be someone his parents could be proud of. Instead, his dreams were folded away like clothes that no longer fit. The next morning, while the twins dressed in neat uniforms, Miracle was handed a broom. As he swept the compound, neighbors passed by. Some raised their brows. Is this not their first son? Why is he not in uniform? Anna quickly lied. He is better with his hands. Not every child is meant for books. Miracle swallowed the shame, though it burned inside him. He stopped asking questions. He watched from the window as the twins walked to school each day, their bags bouncing behind them. Sometimes he waved, but often they were too distracted to wave back. Slowly, he withdrew. His dreams of becoming a doctor, a teacher, or even just somebody crumbled. He became a shadow in his own home, useful only when there was work to be done. The years crept on, and Miracle carried his quiet pain like a cloak. He still loved, still obeyed, still tried to prove himself worthy of Anna's love. But her heart had grown colder. Even the twins, though fond of him, began to notice the difference. Then came the sickness. It started as a simple cough dry, light, nothing to worry about. "He will be fine," Anna said dismissively when Joel suggested taking him to the hospital. "It's just ordinary catarrh. Let him rest." But the cough deepened. His chest rattled at night, his breaths grew shorter, his eyes dimmer. Still, Anna turned away. She focused on the twins, on their lessons, on keeping the household spotless, so that no one would question her family's perfection. One evening, Miracle staggered into the living room, sweat soaking his shirt. He clutched his chest. "Mama, it hurts." Anna frowned. "Go and lie down. You always exaggerate small things. Don't disturb me. Don't disturb me." Joel's heart broke at the sight, but he remained frozen, fear gripping him. To call too much attention to Miracle's sickness would invite suspicion. What if doctors asked questions? So Miracle was left to suffer in silence. The nights grew longer. He coughed until his body shook, but no one came. He burned with fever, whispering prayers into his pillow. "God, please, don't let me die," he pleaded. One morning, the twins found him sitting weakly by the window, his eyes distant. "Brother, why don't you play with us anymore?" they asked. He smiled faintly. "I'm just tired." The truth was his body was failing. His spirit, already bruised, could no longer carry the weight of rejection. Then, one fateful dawn, the house was unusually quiet. Anna stirred from her sleep, irritated that Miracle hadn't swept the compound as he usually did. She stormed into his small room, ready to scold. "Miracle, lazy boy, why are you still?" Her voice caught in her throat. He lay still on the mat, eyes closed, skin pale, his small chest no longer rising. His lips were parted slightly, as though his final breath had been a prayer cut short. Anna froze. The broom fell from her hand. Joel rushed in, saw the lifeless body, and collapsed to his knees. "No. Oh God, no." His voice broke into a sob he had carried for years. The twins, hearing the cries, ran in. "Mama, Papa, what's wrong with brother?" But there were no answers. Outside, the neighbors began to gather as the news spread. Whispers floated like smoke. "We always suspected. That boy was not theirs. See how he died, sick and uncared for. God will judge." Secrets can never stay buried. Anna's pride crumbled. She sat on the floor wailing, her voice raw with grief and guilt. "Miracle, forgive me, forgive me." But the child who longed for her love was gone. Joel wept silently, rocking back and forth. His guilt was heavier than stone. He had chosen silence over truth, fear over love, and now it had cost Miracle his life. That night, while the house lay in mourning, Joel sat in the darkness of Miracle's empty room. His eyes fell on a small piece of paper tucked under the boy's mat. Trembling, he unfolded it. In Miracle's shaky handwriting were the words, "I hope one day Mama will smile at me the way she smiles at the twins. I hope one day Papa will call me son with pride. Even if I don't look like them, I belong, I just want to belong." Joel broke. His cries echoed through the night, louder than the neighbors' whispers, louder than Anna's sobs. But Miracle could not hear them anymore. And so the boy named Miracle, the child they had prayed for, the child they had hidden, died unloved in the very house he had called home. His death left behind an emptiness no secret could ever fill, and a reminder that truth, no matter how painful, is always better than silence. The days after Miracle's burial were heavy with silence. Joel no longer looked at Anna the same way. His once gentle eyes carried only bitterness. Every time he saw her, he remembered Miracle's fragile body, the coughs ignored, the love withheld. "You killed him, Anna," Joel spat one night, his voice sharp as a blade. "You are a murderer." Anna's knees buckled. "Joel, please." "I didn't mean," but he turned away, refusing her tears. The neighbors were harsher. Passing women muttered loud enough for her to hear. "See her, the wicked woman. She let that poor boy die. God will judge her." Children pointed at her on the street. Old friends no longer visited. Even her own twins, Promise and Blessing, shrank from her touch. Each word pierced her deeper than a knife. Anna's once vibrant eyes grew hollow, her frame frail. She wandered the house like a shadow, haunted by Miracle's voice in her dreams, his final prayer echoing in her ears. One evening, unable to bear the shame, the whispers and the emptiness inside her chest, Anna slipped into the small room where Miracle once lay. She knelt on his mat, pressing her face into the fabric, now faded but still carrying the memory of him. Through broken sobs, she whispered, "Forgive me, Miracle, forgive me." The next morning, Joel found her there still cold, her hand resting on the floor as though reaching for the boy she had lost. Anna had taken her own life. Joel fell to the ground, a hollow scream tearing through his chest. But it was too late. Shame had claimed her, guilt had destroyed her, and the weight of secrets had shattered their family forever. And so the house of whispers became a house of sorrow. Do you think Joel's outburst was the right thing? Is blaming Anna really the solution? And do you believe Anna taking her life is enough punishment? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more interesting, relatable, and thought-provoking stories. Thank you for being here. You are appreciated.